A single shove, that's all it took. 10 minutes later, the crowd that had stood silent, turned, and what happened next? It wasn't just a confrontation, it was a reckoning. My name's Derek, I'm 36, and I work as a construction foreman in downtown Dallas. Every morning, I walk through the same park on my way to work. The air's thick with the smell of freshly cut grass, the faint sound of kids laughing in the distance, and the soft crunch of gravel beneath my boots. It's quiet, peaceful, an escape before the chaos of the day ahead. But lately, I'd been feeling this subtle tension. You see, I wasn't just dealing with the usual grind of work, there was a conflict brewing. A man named Marcus, he'd been my coworker for the past year, a younger guy who seemed to have it all figured out, but somehow, I knew something was off. He'd been making strange remarks, pushing me around in subtle ways, like he owned me, and all of this. It led to one moment that would change everything. Marcus, at first glance, looked like a decent guy. He'd come on strong in the beginning, helping out here and there, giving off this vibe like he was part of the team, but behind the smiles, I started noticing the cracks. He would take credit for work I'd done, show up late and act like it didn't matter, and the worst part? He'd steal small wins, things that I had fought hard for. It wasn't just a job, it was respect. I spent years working my ass off, putting in the hours, sacrificing time with my family, working through injuries, all to make ends meet. I built this reputation, but Marcus? He didn't care. He didn't have to fight for anything. He was handed a spot, a title, and slowly, I realized he was taking everything from me without even blinking. That day, I had the feeling something big was coming. Maybe it was the way he looked at me when no one was around, like he was waiting for the moment to strike, and sure enough, it happened, right there in that park, the one place I thought I could escape it all. It was around 4 p.m., I'd just finished my shift and was heading to my usual spot by the pond to sit and collect myself. The park was bustling, but there was still a calmness in the air, birds chirped, and the sun cast long shadows on the path. That's when Marcus approached, out of nowhere. Without any warning, he shoved me hard, sending me stumbling forward, my cane slipping from my grasp. I didn't even have time to react. I just felt this rush of cold air in my body hitting the ground. I was stunned, my mind spinning. You really think you're the only one who works around here, old man? Marcus sneered, his voice dripping with condescension. That's when the full weight of it hit me. This wasn't just a shove. This was everything I had worked for, all the hours, all the sweat, and the years of loyalty, thrown aside like it was nothing. My heart sank, the betrayal cut deeper than the physical pain of falling. I could have lashed out, I could have shouted, gotten angry, but I didn't. Instead, I took a deep breath. The world around me slowed down. I didn't look at Marcus. I didn't even look at the people around me. I knew what I had to do. I picked up my cane, took my time standing, and without a word, I walked over to the park's security booth. I asked to see the footage from the cameras. No one knew what was happening, not yet, but I knew I wasn't going to let this go, not this time. The look on Marcus's face when he saw me at the booth? Priceless. He had no idea what I was about to do. The next few minutes felt like hours. Marcus tried calling, sending text after text, begging me to let it go. He told me I didn't know what I was doing, that I was ruining everything. His texts were frantic, and every call was laced with panic. But I stayed silent. I didn't need to say a word. The footage was all the proof I needed. As Marcus desperately tried to talk his way out of it, I just looked at the screen. The crowd had already started murmuring. People knew something wasn't right. Then, it hit. The footage was leaked online. It was everywhere. Social media, news outlets, and even the local stations. Marcus, in all his entitled arrogance, shoving an elderly veteran, someone who had worked hard his entire life. The video went viral. It didn't stop there. The crowd at the park? They turned, people gathered, pointing, whispering, and some even confronting Marcus. The looks of disgust were clear. The man who had once been above it all. He was nothing now. His boss called him. The company had already distanced themselves. In less than an hour, Marcus was fired, his reputation ruined, and his arrogance exposed for the world to see. Marcus didn't just lose his job, he lost his sense of security, his pride, everything. Watching it unfold, I felt a sense of peace. I hadn't acted out of vengeance, I had acted because it was right. In the end, patience and dignity had won, not rage, not violence, just the quiet knowing that sometimes, the truth finds its way to the surface, no matter how hard someone tries to bury it. As I walked away from the park that evening, the sun setting behind me, I felt a weight lift from my shoulders. It wasn't the victory I had expected, it was better, it was peace. Sometimes, the best revenge isn't fighting fire with fire, it's simply letting things unfold as they should, and as hard as it is, trust that justice has a way of working itself out. Have you ever had to face someone like Marcus? Drop your story in the comments, I'd love to hear what you think, and if you want to see more stories like this, hit that subscribe button and join me next time.